Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Rita Repulsa figure from Hasbro. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks fantastic, and I'll be honest, as I think a lot of people probably felt, like they just thought this was going to be a recolor of the Wedding 2-pack, and it is definitively not. I actually have that original figure here, and yeah, I mean, it's night and day. I thought this was a pretty good figure when it came out, but I mean, seeing them side by side, it's not even close. Like, man, they improved on everything. I mean, obviously that head sculpt is new, and the face sculpt is just, it's matte, it's not glossy. The likeness is just a little sharper. You know, the details are just a little more dialed in. The makeup's maybe just a little more subtle, but that's about it. The hair, obviously got the darker brown for the wraps. The silver definitely looks very much nicer than just this kind of straight up white with no wash. And then we get the chest piece, and they might have reused this top piece, or at least the sculpt for it. And but then the chest piece is totally new. Definitely the details are a little bit bigger, more paint detail, as you can see, some more gold going on, so you can actually see the details. And then the soft goods is just incredible. Just they billowed out the arms here. Obviously we get the gold design as opposed to the silver. It's larger, looks a little more accurate. And then the kind of dress skirt part itself just kind of billows out a little bit more. So yeah, really night and day here. I didn't even know. Actually, this back part kind of looks like it's probably, not cut and pasted. Actually, no, completely different. Never mind. So these are totally kind of yes, kind of no. But anyway, just that, they did a phenomenal job here of really kind of just improving the likeness. And yeah, just you could not, I mean, we have Super 7, but that is a very different sculpt as well. I think this one actually might look better than the Super 7 one. I think they just kind of really brought it, and really good to see. Unfortunate that kind of at the end of at least the first phase of this line's life, but yeah, just such a good looking figure. Great loadout of accessories, so let's get into it, starting with hands. And right out of the box, I can't remember what hands came right out of the box, but we're gonna start with just a couple of open hands, and you can see all of those rings are sculpted in. So very, very nice there. Then we get a couple of gripping hands, and very nice that the paint actually goes into the grip itself. Really like that touch. I mean, even though that's probably gonna rub off, especially the more you use the gripping hands. Then we get a left fist and a right pointing hand. Once again, with that gold paint kind of coming all the way around. Very nice touch. Then we get face plates instead of a head sculpt, which obviously would be a lot more costly. We do get kind of a neutral, smiling, smirking face. Again, really love the sculpt here. They kind of nailed the likeness. Then we get the gritted teeth, worried face. This is even better than the last one, honestly. Just really, really good work there. Very clean paint as well. And then finally, we get the laughing, yelling face. And again, just fantastic details all around. I think going with the faceplate was really the way to go. You can see it's just a peg with a kind of rhombus shaped peg there. It's not a rhombus, it's something else, but pardon me. But still very nice all around there. Then of course we get her staff, and this is a new sculpt as well. We definitely get more details with some of the blue highlights. These are two separate pieces as well, so you can see the top of the staff is a separate piece, and it's kind of put onto the bottom here where the original was all one sculpt. We also get this nice little touch of gold on the bottom. Then finally we do get an effects piece, which I think we saw with a different figure. I can't remember which off the top of my head, but we did not get this effect piece with the wedding set, but very nice magenta, like electricity kind of look to it. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are so good, and honestly, this is what I was hoping we were going to get out of the original one. Oh, well, it did fall over. The joints on mine are a little loose, especially here in the knees and the feet, but to see, it was still holding it, especially with the kind of awkward proportions here, certainly for a pose like that. But we do have a mix of the new and old female bucks here. So for the head, we can get to focus there. We are on our ball joint, or our ball hinge. Oh, there it is. No, not ball hinge, pardon me. This is the new neck sculpt, so the ball joint that doesn't do anything with the separate neck piece. And again, not my favorite. especially because the last one had the ball hinge. So we're not really getting any up, not really getting any down. Lots of nice tilt though, and of course rotation. We do get butterfly joints, kind of hard to show with the overlay here, but as you can see, we can come forward and back. We get rotation, of course, come up, and we're going straight up into a Y pose, which is awesome. We are still single jointed on the elbows. That's where the mix kind of comes in, though these do feel a little more robust than they did on the original figure. So I definitely like that. We get rotation there as well. We do get hinge and swivel at the wrists, all horizontal. Then we get our ball joint at the diaphragm. We get our standard ab crunch below that. So we get some really nice crunch forward, some fantastic arch back. We even get a little bit of, kind of side to side. For the legs, we are in those new drop downs, which is part of where the looseness is coming. So you can see those kind of drop down about that far, but that allows us to get full splits. Fantastic. Front kick is straight 90, so perfect. We do get thigh swivel, double jointed knees. I didn't warm this up enough. Kind of hard to do with the soft goods, honestly. So let's see if the right knee goes further. There we go. So we're getting up about that far. Then of course we have boot swivel, perfect point, really nice forward, and some fantastic rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here she is with some Lightning Collection, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters, finally with an articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Rita Repulsa figure from Hasbro is that this figure absolutely rules. Potentially the best Rita Repulsa figure to date. I mean, it's arguable whether this tops the Super 7 one. That comes down to personal preference. However, Hasbro really outdid themselves here. They really redid this figure from the bottom up, and that effort really shows. And again, this is one of those things that kind of makes me sad that the line is going on hiatus, but maybe that's going to lead to better things. Hopefully it does. Especially because, I mean, the only gripe I really have with this figure is that they went with that horrible neck, like the whole ball joint that does nothing into the neck piece. Like, I don't know, that's been useless since they implemented it, but beyond that, everything else here just spot on. Great details, great accessories, the likeness is spot on. Yeah, just a really fun figure and cannot recommend it enough. Unfortunately, it is out of stock everywhere at this point. I'm reviewing this very, very late, but it is on the secondary market, and it looks like it's going for about $20 above what it was originally going for at retail, which isn't too bad, honestly. So if you come across this, especially mint in box, I'd definitely recommend it. So I wish you the best of luck in finding that. And that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, hope to see you back, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, of course, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. Wow, I forgot my own tagline there. So in any event, at the end of the day, I just hope you're well. Hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.